And we're back here for you online now from Boxing. Your host, Mike Hayes. Thanks again for joining us. Next up, let's go out to Polk County, Florida. Sheriff Grady Judd giving an update. Over the weekend, there was a party that got out of hand, and now police saying that it turned into a riot, and they have video from that party that went terribly wrong really fast. Let's bring it to you here on Live Now from Fox.
If you have a 700 plus credit score, you qualify for Chase's new program where you can access up to $150,000.
That we have done everything in the world we could to correct. We started out.
First of all, that shit looked crazy as fuck. That shit was wild. Like, they out there deep as hell, acting crazy like that. Do they know each other? Like, or are they just strangers or something? Like, it looked like they was having a good time or some shit. Like, what the hell?
Out with education. We started out with education. In addition to education, we tried to be friendly. We tried to coach. We tried to counsel. We pled. We begged. We did everything we could in order to get people to comply on the lakes, on the chain of lakes, and specifically Lake Winterset, and even more specifically an area they call the Point. We realize you go out on the boat to have fun. We realize you go out to be with your family. But there's a few people who do things that's so outrageous that it shocks the community. And let me give you some examples of conduct that we saw prior to just this weekend. And at one point in time, I did a video or a piece and showed a picture of someone defecating in someone's yard. And I got all of this, but they were in the bushes and all that. You're in somebody's backyard going to the bathroom. And then we've got these pictures.
Yeah, the bushes don't make it better. The bushes don't make it right.
Now, I don't know if he's saying, hey, let me help you out of the tree. The private property sign, I guess they thought that was only for the bird. Maybe you should say, hello, Mom, what do you think? Or, this is up close and personal. Or, what about this?
Why is he so funny? Why is this nigga so funny, bro? Bro, this nigga funny as hell. He said maybe they thought it was for the birds. To the private. Hey, Mom, what'd you think?
Yes. What are you doing? You playing hide and seek? That's interesting. Or maybe
hide and seek.
He's saying, do you need a beer? But she's whispering it to him real quiet like. You know what I'm saying? So this conduct is happening in the middle of the afternoon in people's backyards where they're trespassing.
Yo, this shit ain't right, bro. It ain't funny. It ain't funny, bro. It ain't right. Hey, damn, bro. Come on.
Or on a boat where she's standing in.
I like how dude checking on, man. I like how he's speaking, bro. He's speaking right.
The water adjacent to people's homes, where there are people who are trying to enjoy their own life, where there are people with children, and this kind of sexual activity is happening in the public. So we've tried to work with people, but the game's over. And I tell you why the game's over. I want to show you this sign. What we're going to talk about today happened on a lot where we have at least 15 of these signs. It's in an area of a vacant lot where they pull up to, and instead of staying in the water, where there's a loophole, as long as their feet are in the water, they can be at your back door. but then they get up onto people's property. You see, this sign says, by order of the sheriff. This is not a suggestion. So a week ago, we received a 911 call where there were a group of individuals wants to be, again, being raucous and out of control and fighting. By the time the deputies arrived, they had fled. We chased down one boat, and there were two people there that said, hey, yeah, a couple of guys had a fight, but it's broken up and it's cool, and they wouldn't cooperate. But our Marine Patrol folks, who are the very best, got into this investigation because they created a significant disturbance once again. So I want to tell everyone, so mom and dad and friends can be very impressed. Here's who we've arrested. Now, let me go over this for you. These groups of people were at one time friends. And apparently back in the...
That's what I thought. I said that at the beginning of the video. I'm like, man, these people friends or something? It seemed like they were chilling.
March, there's a local bar called the El Rodeo Bar where a fight occurred, and there were some criminal charges filed. Well, some of the group didn't like the fact that there were criminal charges filed, and we're looking into tampering with evidence. But now, a week ago, at this disturbance, these folks kind of ended up at the point. And it started with talking to each other and screaming and hollering at each other. And then they got to fighting up on the land. Oh, they were fighting. If you can see where part of the scrum occurred, there's one guy laying on the ground knocked out between two of our no trespassing signs. So our investigation took us to arrest them. Now we have Tim Gooding here. He's our sucker puncher. You know, he'll run up behind you and knock you out cold. He knocked another person out into the water. In addition to that, this...
Well, Buddy said, we in the day and time, we gonna force this change. We gonna see the change. He is not playing. He said we gonna see the change. We got two signs right here in the middle of you, and y'all just gonna ignore this. Y'all think that we gonna keep going on like that? That's how we gonna play it from here on out. Buddy not playing, bro. It's time to... We are the technology with the cameras and all that shit, bro. It's a dub, bro. Like, guys like this coming to get you.
Peyton Ely, who's 19, we charged him by affidavit a couple of months ago when he called up Uber Eats, ordered some beer, and walked through people's yard out to the road to get the beer to go back to the lake. Listen to me, folks. Ordered some beer, into the water. In addition to that, this Peyton Ely, who's 19, we charged him by affidavit a couple of months ago when he called up Uber Eats, ordered some beer, and walked through people's yard out to the road to get the beer to go back to the lake. Listen to me, folks. This is long past a joking matter. We've coached, we've pled, we've begged, and once again, you see what we got. A bunch of kids have gone to jail. These guys are 23, 19, 21. Richard's 40. He's old. He's way old enough to know better. 22, 21, 21, and 17. Gavin Gooding is Tim Gooding's juvenile brother. So he picked up, in addition to riot, disorderly conduct, affray, he got a contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Nate Land, and once again, all these folks were friends at one time. The bottom line to this is you go, oh, what's the big deal? I want you to think about this. I want you to think that you go home this afternoon or this weekend, and you're in your backyard, and these folks, whether they're in boats or vehicles, pull up to the edge of your property, put on their music, to blast using the F word with your children there.
Now we ain't got. No, we ain't got to point out that part now. The using the F word.
On all afternoon. And then they roll out in a big mob into your yard and fight. And you know, if you're not fighting, you can do other things that start with an F. Like this in the yard. We're over it. Now, I'm going to give you one last
Get
warning.
me started, boy.
Our Marine Patrol people are going to be out there. Some you're going to see, some you're not going to see. But write this down in your little book. We're going to put people in jail this weekend for conduct that we previously tried to warn you about. So, go home and get your bond money together right now. You can carry it in your pocket. It'll help you get out of jail quicker. We're going to take you to jail, but also bring enough money because we're going to tow your truck, we're going to tow your car, we're going to tow your wave runners, we're going to lock y'all up until you figure out that you can't misbehave in the community, that you can't fight, that you can't knock people unconscious. It's over, folks. It's over.
Wow.
You've taken advantage of our good nature, of trying to allow people to enjoy the waterway because...
Tell him, Pops. But Pops is not playing. I like this guy, man. I like the way he talk, man. He's speaking right.
I think it's important that you're with your family on the water doing family things. But when a group of these knuckleheads want to disrupt everyone else using the lake, that's not happening. Now, if you have 3 brain cells, you can read a no trespassing sign. When this is by order of the sheriff, that isn't a suggestion. And by the way, I want you to know this. If you want to go knuckle busting and create permanent brain injuries or the ability to have a permanent brain injury, you can knuckle bust, you can create brain injuries to each other, but you have to do it on your own property without creating a disturbance to your neighbors. It's over, folks. I think I've said that enough. So the conduct is reprehensible, and obviously you don't believe us when we try to warn you. So you have unleashed the teeth of the dog. And now we're going to start biting you, just like we bit these guys here. Okay? Any questions? Okay, now well, let me show you the video. You may have more questions. Here's the video. Oh, there's the first one.
Just sick of it. Sick of it. Group childish maniacs.
Knocks him out into the water.
Now, what if he would have drowned in that water?
There was lots of children around. One on the boat, watching all.
I didn't even know it was children around. Like, that's crazy, bro. Damn, the kids out there seeing that. Yeah, you gotta lock them guys up. Got to.
All of that nonsense.
But more importantly, you gotta do what he just did. You gotta come out here on live TV, on the internet, and you gotta make the announcement. You gotta say it loud and clear. And it's over. Big ups to the deputy, to the sheriff, Grady, Judd.
At the end of the day, you're going to jail this weekend, just like these guys did. We're going to load you up.